I want to talk to you about actually your upbringing and how you've been brought up. That has led to the Rashes of today that has all these qualities. I also want to delve a little more deeper into those qualities to understand how and why, you have them.
Well, I think, most of the time when you have that discipline you have, it all comes from your childhood. I feel like anybody you see around, I think all you see that how his childhood have been, you can see it now clearly, like how he behaves with people and how he talk and how he go around. I feel like your childhood play a major role in this. And I think my parents play a big role in this, like, how they help you not only to be a successful person, but to be a better person. I think that's something which my mom used to tell me like all the time. It's not about like how high you go. It's not about like how successful you are. It's more about like how good person you are. Like you should be.
Yeah.
And don't forget where you come from all the time. You always will be the same person for us who was, where you didn't achieve anything. So when I achieved something big in the cricket and I will pick up Rashid Khan in cricket, I feel like, at that time she told me like, for us, you're going to be the same person who we were in the childhood. And I think for that, the success and failure will be with you for some time. You will be success, but you keep yourself disciplined and your good behavior. I think that's something which should remain with you for longer and forever.
I can completely see that.
So something which keeps with you forever, you never change that.
But tell me one thing, Rashid, on that note. When you were born, like your early years, you were born into a country which had some level of conflict, right? There was sort of war, there was some instability, etc. What are your early memories of childhood, given the whole environment?
Well, I think at that time it was definitely very difficult situation back home in Afghanistan at that time. For parents to look after the kids at that particular time was more than difficult. I think nowadays it's super easy. You have so many of the facilities around. At that time we were in the village. I grew up with my mom and dad, and I think it wasn't an easy. But my parents didn't let us to feel that we grew up in a very tough situation. I think we have been looked after so well. I feel like dad worked so hard at that time, and mom look after us. I think it's something very inspiring for us. But as I said, most of the time I was in that village which is called Bikot. Like it is one of the part from Jalalabad, Nigarhar. It's like 40-45 minutes, 50 minutes drive. So I grew up in that small village, and it was the best memory of my life. I spent the best time there. I feel I'm lucky, I just remain at home and just focused on to be a better person and to go on a right path.
It almost seems like you went through the school of life in those sort of four walls with your mother who just surrounded you with so much love.
Yeah.
And then your father who set such a lovely example about hard work. And you had siblings who you could play with.
Yeah.
And so it almost felt like you didn't feel what was happening outside.
Actually, we had so many farms, and I used to be there with my dad, to go there just to be around him and to help him. I think it was the most beautiful part, when you get up in the morning and you go with your dad and you help him, when he need a lunch, you go back home, bring lunch for him. I think for me, that was something which I miss a lot.
It almost feels like, given you were eventually going to play cricket, and there is this research where it's highly recommended to do free play, and, you basically help with your agility, coordination, strength, stamina, etc. It seems like you were doing that on the farm with your dad without even knowing it.
Yeah, I think it's something like how you grow up, it just doesn't make you mentally strong, but physically very strong as well. At that time, we haven't had those kind of facility where things can happen quickly. So all the time, you just work for half an hour, 1 hour just to go there and get to the farm and help the dad come back to home at the same time and then take the stuff back. So I feel like at that time it just makes you physically strong as well. And I think when I got into the cricket and I got in love with the cricket, I feel like that really helped me. Sometimes you're trying your best to be stronger physically, but at that time, a particular time, that just naturally helped me to be stronger, not only physically but mentally as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So it seems like your father was this really good real life example for you.